Okay, so now I had to have been in either late high school or early college. Um, Between like 16 and 19, I don't really remember because therapists say that like when something traumatic happens, you usually tend to block some of it out. Well, yeah. So I was either between 16 and 19, and my dad was visiting from Georgia. So it was my dad, my sister, my aunt, and uncle, and I. We went to an amusement park, Six Flags, and we went to the water park, which is Hurricane Harbor. So it was a super nice day, super hot, super fun. We went, splashed in the water, went on a couple rides, had lunch, went back on a couple rides, super fun. So as the end of the night was approaching, we decided to get on what I think is like the main attraction of the park. Called the tsunami, the tornado, something, whatever. It's a huge little tunnel thing that you go to the top, you set in this 3-person inner tube, you hold on, the guy at the top pushes you out, you go up the top, water is rushing through this thing, you go up the top, splash down, up the top, splash down, up the top, splash down, and then you shoot out into a pool where there are lifeguards watching you. It's really fun. So we go on the ride, have a good time. We're like, let's go on it again. Have a great time. We're like, let's go up again. Now the night's coming to a close, so people are slowly dispersing the park, and rides are slowly shutting down, and slowly but surely we become the only people here. So we ask the lifeguards, can we go again? And they're like, sure. So we go to the top again, come down, super fun, and we go to the top of the ride again, come down, it's super fun. And then, since it's the end of the night, there are a couple extra lifeguards at the end because I guess their little section was closed and they were just hanging out. So we go to the top, and seems like the first 4 times that we did it, super fun, we're so ready. Then I don't know what happened. I mean, I know what happened. This thing called gravitational force played me that day. So we go up the side, we come down, and then my top falls down. My boobs pop out. Now when I say my boobs pop out, I mean they, like, I have huge boobs. I had them back then. It was like 6 years ago. Yeah, I was probably like 16 or 17. So this was like 6 years ago. My boobs popped out. Now I don't know how it happened. I don't know. I cannot remember for the life of me if my top fell down, if it fell up, if it went here. I don't know how it happened. All I know is that I was fully exposed. Now, let me just say that all of this happened like within 5 to 7 seconds. So my boobs pop out, and then all of a sudden time virtually stops or moves really slow, because at this point we're still moving, like, and this is very critical. My boobs are hanging out and we are still moving. All of a sudden in my mind I'm like, oh my gosh, my boobs are hanging out. I'm gonna go to the end of this ride. We're gonna, slowly but surely end up in this pool at the bottom with 4 men and a lady, lifeguards, watching us, waiting on us to go because we're the last people here. So I think to myself, this is about to be the most embarrassing day of my life. Not to mention, my sister's right here and my dad is right here. So I'm like, great. I'm just gonna be exposed in front of everybody. I don't care about my sister and the lady lifeguard. They got boobs too, but I'm like, these men are going to see my boobs, and it is going to be the moment in which I go see Jesus, because I'm gonna die of embarrassment. But I don't know what else to do. Like, we are on this ride, and when I tell you that this ride it goes by fast because the water is rushing and you are just up the sides, down, up the sides, down. I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I can either suck it up, go to the bottom and just fix my top as quickly as possible when it is safe, or I do have to, you know, this comes into, you know, how do I say this? This comes into account because it is a strong possibility that I could just, you know, let go with one hand, fix my top, boom, and then grab one out of two little straps that you're holding on that are keeping you from flying off of this inner tube and to your possible death. Of course, I go with the second option because I just did not want to be embarrassed. I would rather have broken limbs than to have my boobs hanging out for these strangers to see. So, of course, for some strange reason, the moment in which I decide to let go is when we are in the peak of this tornado, tsunami. Like, we are here. We are here, okay? And all I could do was say a prayer, hold on for my dear life with my left hand, and I let go, and I fixed, I did a lot of this, and I fixed whatever was wrong, and I grabbed back on. I thanked the Lord Jesus Christ himself, and we went to the bottom, and my dad and my sister were still just in full happiness and joy of the ride, in which we loved, because this was like the 5th time we went up, and I'm just like relieved. Like, I feel like my life had flashed before my eyes and Jesus saved me, and like, I'm just in a whole nother realm right now. Now that I think about it, like, there is no way that these lifeguards did not see my boobs. You are standing at the bottom of this funnel thing and at this little pool, guarding the lives of the attendants of this ride, and we are the only ones here. You have nothing better to do but wait for us to go the hell home. So there's no way that they did not see my boobs. Like, when my boobs had to have been out for like 10 seconds. And when you are watching someone closely because you want to make sure that they are safe, you don't miss a second. They probably saw my boobs. But whatever. I did not want to. I didn't think about that at the time. But now that I do think about it, I probably still would have covered myself, because I did not want to be at the end of this ride in this little mini pool with my boobs hanging out. Like, I don't want to be able to make eye contact with you and my boobs are hanging out. And knowing me, we would have probably ended out into the pool with my back facing the lifeguards, but my sister and my dad, like, all in here, you know what I'm saying? Like, all, like, this is just, you know, so I'm like, that would have also probably happened knowing my luck. So, of course, at the end of this, my dad and my sister are just like, yeah, woo, whatever. Like, they probably weren't screaming, but whatever. They had a good time. And they're like, let's go on one more time. And I'm just like, now, this should have been a sign, right? For me to be like, wash my hands of this. If y'all want to go, I'll wait for you over here by the exit sign. Over there, you know? I'll watch you have a good old time. But ain't nobody got time for this. That should have been a sign, right? But no. We went up one more time. And then I almost drowned. But that's a whole nother story.